See how this go. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday to you lovely people. Welcome to Be Inspired. Listen, it starts exactly at 7 o'clock. I was trying to get on here so that a lot of you guys could come on before it's, 7 o'clock. Last week we talked about jobs and how to go about looking for the proper job and all that good stuff that goes along with it, and the do's and don'ts of applying for a job and during the interview process. So I will just wait until 7 o'clock. Today's Be Inspired is really, really good. All of them is really good to me though. We're going to talk about that empty nest syndrome. You know, we're coming to the end of the year. Our children are going away to college and all that good stuff. Boy, some of the ad stuff, I don't want to do that. I don't know how to do all of that stuff. Invite your friends to tune in. Good morning, Kev. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to talk about the different styles of parenting in case you didn't know. I'm going to give you that, and then I'll give you some quick tips, just a little bit of your time. That's what we're going to do. Hey, good morning, Derek. So you can like add all these people to your, what does it say? Bring them on camera. I'll probably go nuts with all the faces looking like, okay, what are we doing? So I'll start exactly at 7 o'clock. I told you guys that before. And we'll get started. This is good. This is a good one. It'll let you know what type of parent you are. If you didn't know, you'll get to find out. There's actually 4 types. So we will get started exactly at 7. Good morning, Tish. Good morning, Rick. All the lovely people tuning in. I truly appreciate it. You have no idea. You know, your girl work night shift. I'll be like, I'll be asleep. One day y'all gonna catch me asleep. I'll be in the middle of the Be Inspired and just straight nod off. Hey, good morning, Brandy. Thanks for tuning in to Be Inspired. If this is your first time, you'll see me looking at different devices, looking around. Well, you'll see me looking around. And again, that's me on different devices. You can also catch these later on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is Shop Talk with Mel. So feel free to tune in to those and you get the real deal. See, I'm looking this how I look on every day on a regular day. All right. Also visit the website at shoptalkwithmel.com. I'm trying to wait till exactly 7 o'clock so I can get started. Good morning, Deb. Thanks for tuning in. Shop Talk with Mel. Make sure you like the page. Hey, CJ, what's happening? Make sure you like the page, which is Shop Talk with Mel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff at Shop Talk with Mel. Show your girl some love because you know I love you guys to pieces. To pieces. I need y'all to hit the likes when it's actually 7 o'clock and I will start. And I know a lot of you, especially my peers, have gone through this this phase of life. You know, if you are a parent, and even if you didn't birth a child, this, you know, if you raised a niece or nephew, it just happens. All right, it just happens. So we'll get this thing started at, hey, is it 7 o'clock? Timekeepers, is it 7? I'm glad you're able to tune in too. All right, I got the thumbs up from Derek. Thank you, thank you. It is 7 o'clock. Let's get started. Hey, happy Friday, lovely people, and welcome to Be Inspired. Today's topic is empty nest syndrome tips. I'm going to give them to you. Yes, real quick, just a little bit of your time. But before I do that, I'm going to let you know how to identify different parenting styles. Really fast. There's 4. Hey, good morning, Doy. There's 4. I don't know if I'm getting old, like need a bifocal or something, but she ain't trying to do that, okay? There are types of parenting styles, and usually there's 4. You have your authoritative, you have your permissive, your neglectful, and your authoritarian. I probably was like authoritarian. So with the authoritative, I jotted this stuff down because I don't want to give you misinformation. I don't want to miss anything. The authoritative parenting is the most effective and beneficial parenting style for the normal kid, if any of them are normal. So how to recognize if you are an authoritative parent. Is there structure? Does your child have structure, planned bedtime, house rules, Do you give them consequences for, disrupting or breaking a household rule, something like that? Does your child understand your expectations? And do you have a healthy and open line of communication? That's your authoritative parenting. So are you that parent or not? Then you have the neglectful. We will never admit if we are the neglectful parent, I believe, because who want to say they neglect their children? But this is how you'll know. This is the most harmful style of parenting, especially like in the long haul. And these are some questions that you can ask yourself to see if you are the neglectful parent. No judgment zone here. Y'all know how I do it on Shop Talk, okay? Do you care for your child's needs, emotional, physical, or otherwise? Do you have an understanding of what's going on in your child's life? Do you know? Do you know? Who's your child's friends? Do you know? Is there a safe space? That's something you have to know. Is your child being reared in a safe space? Do you find yourself making excuses for not being there for your child? What else is there? Like I said, do you know your child's friends? Do you know your child's teachers? Stuff like that. Are you involved in your child's lifestyle outside of the home? Like if they're involved in sports, that'll let you know if you are a neglectful parent. Parents who tend toward this type of parenting, neglecting, can be easily helped though. So it's not the end of the road for you with a little education. All right. All right. The next one is, like I said, permissive. Permissive, that's the one that doesn't believe in discipline. You know what I mean? And that's an indulgent parent, which is harmful for the child. It's a harmful style of parenting for the child. Now, here's some things that I'll kind of give you, and you can recognize and see if you are a permissive parent. Do you not set limits or rules for your children? Do you often compromise with the child? Do you avoid conflict with the child? Do you prefer your child as your best friend instead of you being their parent? And do you find yourself bribing your child to get what you want? Or, the behavior that you want from your child? Do you bribe them? Hey, I'll get you some chips if you act right. Are you that parent? Now, this is totally unhealthy, okay? This is an unhealthy parenting style right here. And it's important in a child's development for there to be clear and concise rules. You have to set them because it has a damaging effect. Okay? They'll end up with like poor social skills. They won't like to share. Lack of discipline. Imagine that as an adult. Poor coping skills, right? Because guess what? You started them early. So it's a behavior that you created and they expect everybody to give them the same thing as an adult. They'll clash with authority. You already know. You ever had that little kid that think that they're adult and they're asking you why? We're getting ready to go to the next part of parenting. All right. That's authoritarian. And I sit there, I might be guilty of that. And then I had to back up a little bit. That's the strict parenting, demanding, but not responsive, if that makes sense to you. And with that, this is how you'll know. You'll recognize it if, good morning, Lynette, if you have very strict rules that must be followed no matter what. You are not bending, okay? Do you find yourself offering no explanation as to why you want something done? We all can relate to this. Why do I have to do that? Because I said so. So we about used to that one, all right? Do you give your child few choices and decisions about their own life? Do you say, this is what you're going to do? And they're like, oh, okay, we're going to college. You're going to college. And you don't give them, space to say, I really don't want to go. What else is there? Do you find yourself using punishment as a way to get your child to do what you want them to do? If you don't do this, you're going to be on punishment for the whole week. A lot of us can relate to that one. And are you reserved in the amount of nurturing, or warmth that you show your child? Now, some people, they aren't the huggy type person. I'm really not. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me finish this one. That's what I said. I might be that one right there. While structure and rules are good, It can become overbearing. Right. Not an option. You might be that authoritarian parent, Lynette, that authoritarian. It has to balance out. You have to have open communication, because sometimes you can be too strict where they're like, I don't want to disappoint them because I know it's going to be, the outcome is going to be bad. Well, guess what? You end up, they try to say, in psychology, the psychologists try to say when you are an authoritarian, most of your kids end up with low self-esteem, shy, fearful because they don't want to hurt anybody. There might be some truth to that. We'll see. But mine don't even pay attention to me. So I don't know. But anyway, guess what? I got some tips for the empty nest syndrome. So kids are going away to college. You're like, oh my gosh, my child is a senior. What am I going to do? How am I going to react? You know what I'm saying? When I'm here by myself. Guess what? Your girl got you covered. Empty nest syndrome tips. Give yourself permission to be sad. It is okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, when my son went away to college, I was all excited. Yay. But I still had my daughter. Then when she went away, I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So prepare your child for the departure. Now, honestly, you're really preparing yourself for the departure for the, life or college. If they choose to go to college, or if they decide, hey, I'm just ready to move out, just prepare yourself and just know, this is it. And if your child is going to college, don't cling. Do not cling to your college student, okay? And also remember that dads suffer from empty nest syndrome too. They do. All right. Now, this is, and this is for the people, if your child is becoming an adult. And I found this to be true. You still play a very important role in their life, but you transition. So you transition, whether you believe it or not, you transition from parent to consultant. Parent to consultant. And no, you don't have to be their friend, but you got to remember and think back when you were that age. It's like, wait a minute. And what I mean by that, when you transition from parent to consultant, you no longer have the control. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a bad place, okay? And be open. And see, what happens is once you transition from parent to consultant, it's like, okay, I parented you. I put you out there. You are ready for the real world. Then they end up calling you when they have a big decision to make. And what I'm saying to you, lovely people, whatever type of parent you are, guess what? Give them that advice. You're a consultant now. So your worries aren't going to be the same. Good morning, James. Your worries aren't going to be the same, but you have to let go. You'll forever be a parent if you birthed a child. You will forever be a parent, even if you adopt it. As long as they have life, even if they don't, you're still going to be a parent if you have a child, okay? But understand, once they become adults, boom, and move out, you have to make that transition. Okay, because I'm going to tell you, they're attached to you. You know why they're attached to you? Because they don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to be sad, and they don't want to disappoint the parent. And they know they're ready to go, though, because I know I was like, deuces, I'm ready. No, I wasn't. My mother had to put me out, for real. She did. I was married and everything. And she was like, go be with your husband. I was not trying to move out because I was not trying to pay no bills, but I was in college, okay? But listen, they switch. The roles change. So it's not your best friend, and you don't have to go in and be like, hey, girl, my child better not be coming to me talking about some, hey, girl, bye. They transition from parent. We transition from parent to consultant. So you have to have an open ear, an open mind. Listen. That is the key. Just listen. And I tell mine, and you can use it. I always tell mine, especially now that they're out on their own. In whatever decision that you make sure you can afford the consequences. I told you guys before. Simple as that. Be safe. I love you. But make sure in every decision that you make sure that you can afford the consequences. Remember, all consequences aren't bad. So there's good ones. Make sure you can afford those too if you plan on taking out loans and all that other stuff, okay? So you have to be there. You can't control their environment because you're not there. And they will call you when they need you. Just be there. And don't judge. If you want to be the consultant, Don't judge. Because what'll happen is if you're that judgmental parent, they're going to find somebody else to consult with. Wouldn't you rather them consult with you? I would. You've been there, done that. If you haven't been there and done that, you know somebody who did, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. Let me call my homegirl because she done been through this. See if she can help me out. What is that saying? It takes a village to raise a child. So remember, parents, the empty nest syndrome, it's okay to be sad. Embrace it. But just know, just as they're transitioning into adulthood, you're transitioning into counseling and becoming a consultant for your child, because you don't want to see them go down the wrong path. You want to see them be successful. And the way to do that is to what? Listen and guide them. Don't browbeat them, because they're not going to call you no more. You know who they're going to consult with? They're going to consult their crazy friends. And you're going to be like, why are you consulting with somebody your age? They ain't even been there. So parents, be open. That's all I have to say. Just be open. Relinquish control. Give it to them. You did a great job. If they're living, you did a great job. Good morning, Antoinette. You did a great job. They ain't tap out on your clock. You got them up to 18 to get out there. Be the best parent. I'm not saying be a best friend. Be the best parent that you can be. And helping your child become an adult. Be the best consultant. Because I am not about to be my child's best friend. Because we are not about to be sitting here kicking it. We ain't going to be talking about who you were with yesterday. I don't even want to know. But I'll be a good consultant. So if you have a question, I'll have an answer. And that's what we all have to do as parents. All right? All right. Listen. Thank you all for tuning in to Be Inspired. It is Friday. I gave you those empty nest syndrome tips real quick, because it's January. They're going to be graduating soon. And those are our babies, and we just want to love on them. Don't be the dog going to be stalking them at college. Okay, you can send them care packages, because you can't let go. But we have to relinquish control. The ball is in their court. Be that listening ear and become the consultant. All right? All right. Hey, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Shop Talk with Mel. Visit the website at shoptalkwithmel.com. On every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, we'll Shop Talk Live. If you have a question, you can do that at blogtalkradio.com/Shop Talk with Mel from 10 to 12. And then after that, you can catch me on Star 94.7. You can go to 947-star.com and kick it with your girl while I'm, listening to the grooves from 12 to 4. I'm going to be shop talking, right? All right. Real quick, those tips. One more time. Give yourself permission to be sad. It is okay. Don't cling to your college student. That's probably hard for some. Remember, dads suffer from empty nest syndrome too. So you got to do that stuff. And remember, you still play no matter what. You still play an important role in their life. All right. So be there to listen to them. And be there with open arms and let them know that they'll always have a place to stay. Hey, find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. Be inspired right here every Friday, 7 a.m. I love you for tuning in more than you know. Peace.